All right, are you ready to get to work? So this first video we're going to talk about, or this is really the second video, the last one was the introduction of the 5 building blocks of a strong marriage. This video is now, we're going to talk about the first block. So I'm going to give you I'm going to take 5 minutes or so and talk about the first building block of a strong marriage. If you want to have a strong marriage in 2016, which I hope you do, because what's your marriage worth to you? I mean, my happiness is worth a lot. And I want to have a good marriage because I know that is going to improve the chances of me being happier and having more peace in my life, because this is your most important relationship, second to God. This one with your husband is the next most important relationship that you have. And if it's miserable, chances are a lot of stuff's going to seem miserable in your life. So the first one is having a concrete commitment. Having a concrete commitment. And I've got a verse that I want to read out of the Bible, and this is a great verse, and this is the theme verse for this block. And I actually spend in the group that I teach, I spend 4 weeks on concrete commitment. That's how important this first block is. It says, and it's I'm reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 10. So it says, I'm starting at verse 10 and I'm going through verse 11, verse 10 and 11. It says, because of God's grace to me, and this is Paul speaking, it's a letter he wrote to the Corinthians, the first letter he wrote, mind you. Because of God's grace to me, I have laid the foundation like an expert builder. Now others are building on it, but whoever is building on this foundation must be very careful. For no one can lay any foundation other than the one we already have, Jesus Christ. He is the foundation. Ladies, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to pretend that my videos are just self-help videos. They're not. Self-help, I tried that. It doesn't work very well. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm pretty straightforward, and it's hard. Marriage is hard enough, even when you are committed to Christ and you have a relationship with Him, and your husband does too. Marriage is still hard. It's still hard because, like I said before, this is earth. This is not heaven. So it's a broken place we live in, and you're going to have challenges here, okay? Because we're broken people. We're not perfect. That comes when we get to heaven. So He's the foundation, and He is going to be the foundation and the backbone for this entire set of videos. For any videos that I create. Just so you know ahead of time, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. So commitment, that's the first building block. And Christ is the foundation. He's the foundation that all these building blocks are built on. He's the foundation. And in fact, and I wish I could demonstrate this, but it'd probably get kind of messy, is I've demonstrated this before when I speak live at the group that I lead at my church. But I talk about how once you get all the building blocks down, He's not only the foundation, but He's the mortar in between all of the blocks. He's what keeps the blocks together and solidifies the whole block to build a strong marriage. He's in the midst of every single block in your home. And what's funny is I have to show this to you. I gotta try to keep this video short, but I gotta show this to you. This is a Lego house that my daughter and I put together over Christmas holiday, and as you can see, it's a pen holder. However, just so you know that it's not easy to do this little thing. It's just a little tiny little itty bitty thing, and it's cute. It sits on my desk, but these are all Lego blocks, and it came with, which I'm not going to grab it now because it'd take too long to grab it, a 32 page instruction manual with pictures. Thank the Lord I had pictures. And it took 2 of us to do it. Me reading instructions, showing pictures, getting the parts, because there was a gazillion little pieces that came in the box. But I thought this is a great example of just making sure that we understand building a home that's strong. It's going to take a lot. And it's you know, we have an instruction manual. It's called the Bible, and it's longer than 32 pages, not as many pictures. However, our marriages are worth it. They're worth the hard work. So, all right, let me get my glasses on so I can read my notes. So, here's 3 steps, real quick. 3 steps. If you want to have a concrete commitment, first, you have to have a commitment to Christ. You have to have a commitment to Christ. That's where it starts. That is where it starts. Your commitment to Christ is first. And, you know, you're not going to be committed to someone that you don't trust. So I'm not going to do it in this video, but I actually have a video course that you can get. And I go in to talk about how do you trust God? Like what does that look like? And so I have a video course on this 5 building blocks of a strong marriage. And if you go to my website and sign up for my email, to get on my email list, I am creating right now a course that will be available to you that you can download for free. And it's a much more detailed, like I spend like 40 minutes or so, 30 to 40 minutes on each one of these blocks, and we go into detail on how to do these steps. But here's the steps for the concrete commitment for this video, because I know you want to get the information, you want to get started, right? So the first thing is you got to have a commitment to Christ. Second is you got to be committed to your husband. You got to just say, you know, divorce is not an option. Here's the 3 steps. You need to stubbornly refuse to give up. You just have to make that decision. I'm going to refuse to give up. The second thing is you're going to remove divorce as an option. You're just going to say, it's not an option for me. It's just not. And the last thing is you're going to focus all of your energy on working or on enjoying what's working in your relationship. And then you're going to fix what's not. That's the 3 things. And so you've got to just, those 3 first steps to make a concrete commitment is you decide, I'm going to stubbornly refuse to give up. I'm going to remove divorce as an option. And my daughter just arrived. Hi. And the last thing is you're going to focus all of your energy on enjoying what is working and fixing what's not working. You need to focus your energy on that. Those are your 3 first steps. Once you establish that connection to Christ and you commit to Him, and the next commitment is to your husband, you got to get these 3 steps going. So get going, get those 3 steps, make those choices today, and I promise you, you'll be on your way. You'll be starting the hard work. It's the first step. You've got to have a concrete commitment because nothing else matters if you've got 1 foot out the door, right? All right, get going with those 3 steps, and then we'll come back in the next video and I'll talk about the next block.